Hello everyone, I'm Neha, and if you're watching this video and if you've cleared the written exam of any company like TCS, Wipro, or any other similar company, let me congratulate you first because you've almost done 80% of your job and you're left with only 20%, and that is very easy if you're confident enough. And today in this video, I'll be sharing you the importance of resume, how a resume plays an important role in any interview. Like it has the power to actually make a difference, and it will a proper resume, an excellent resume, a well-formed resume will grab the attention of any recruiter or an interviewer. So firstly, I'll be sharing my experience with my resume, how it has helped me in my various interviews which I've attended. At the end, I'll also share some tips and tricks so that it will help you in cracking your interviews. Firstly, coming to the basics of any resume, you'll have to be very transparent of the skills which you put on your resume, and never fake completely anything on your resume, because that will again put you in trouble. And one more thing is, whenever you are having an option to edit the resume after your written exam, if the company is giving you an option to edit your resume, I would always suggest you to edit the resume, because it is preferable to do that, because while you're applying, you might not know which resume you're putting. So it is always preferable to change your resume or edit your resume if it is possible. Otherwise, I would suggest you to go with the resume, or prepare for the interview according to the resume which you have already uploaded. So now let us start with showing my own resume, because it will give you a better insight of how to make a proper resume. So firstly, a resume should have the name, the contact number, and the mail ID, maybe the LinkedIn account, and you can start putting your any obvious things, like what are the obvious things which we put on a resume, like skills, projects, secondary skills, hobbies and interests, academic history, and the work experience. If you think that your work experience highlights your resume, then I would always suggest you to put your work experience above, like giving it a priority than your academic history. But if you do not have any work experience, then academic history would come first, and it should be most recent one should be the first. Like this was the most recent work experience which I've put, so that should be the first which I have to mention. And if you think that your previous work which you did has a higher weightage or priority, then you can obviously put that first. But otherwise, the recent one should be the first one which you have to mention. The same goes with the education. You'll always have to mention the most recent education which you're pursuing to the top, and goes to the bottom. And you can mention your scores if you think that your scores are good enough. And I don't think it is mandatory, but it is always good to mention. And obviously, we all will put skills. We all put about me, we put skills, we put technical skills especially, and you have to be very transparent with your technical skills, as I already mentioned, because interviewer, what is ultimately the interviewer looking for? What do you think? It is the technical skills, right? Because the questions are going to come, or the interviewer is going to frame the questions from these technical skills itself. So you'll have to be very, very transparent here, and you can mention your projects. And regarding the projects, instead of like I have mentioned my projects like this, like I've given the title and an overview of that title. And additional thing what you can do here is, you can add up, you can add up something, like you can add up the GitHub link, if you wish to add, like if you wish to add up a GitHub link, you can obviously provide it so that the interviewer will be able to access it or then and there. And you can put your secondary skills, hobbies and interests, certifications which you have gone across. Like if you see here, I have mentioned about my workshops and certifications. So it is up to you what you want to put on your resume and make it stand out. Okay, always you have to put something on your resume which excites the interviewer, that the interviewer should question you regarding that. So you have to put something, you have to make your resume as interesting as you are, because the resume speaks about you before you speak, right? So it is very, very, very important. Now, interviewer will obviously look for the skills which you have put. And obviously, when the interviewer sees a skill called Java, he might ask some questions like, what are the futures of Java? What differentiates Java from other programming languages? You might expect questions from the access modifiers like the public, private, and default. All of these things. You can expect questions on method overloading, method overriding, polymorphism, the OOPS concepts. You can expect questions from collections also. So these are the basic questions you might expect when you put a skill as Java. And it can go deeper, like to exception handling and whatnot. So it depends on what kind of role you're applying. And if you put C and C++, obviously the pointers, the control structures, the constructors, these are the basic things which you have to be clear about. And coming to, if you put something like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, as I put, you can expect questions like, if you go for HTML, how do you link up how do you put a link on your web page? How do you put a hyperlink on your web page? Or you might expect questions like, what is the difference between class and ID in CSS? And in JavaScript, you can expect questions like, how do you debug in JavaScript? So these are the basic questions when you put some skills which you have to be really clear of. And you might expect questions on Bootstrap again. Whatever you put, the interviewer is only going to ask from the skills which you have mentioned in your resume or which you have mentioned in your introduction. So either of the things. So mention your skills only, mention the skills which you only know. So that is one important thing. If you do not put HTML, CSS, and JavaScript here, it is completely fine. If you do not put C++, it is completely fine. But if you have put something on your resume, that should be, you should at least have the basics of that particular thing. And so the skills are really, really important. And now the other part is projects. Obviously, you will have to give the title of your project, the overview of that project, and obviously, if you give up a GitHub link, it will obviously make you stand out. That is for sure. And coming to what kind of questions you can expect from projects is, the first question is, they might ask you what was the motivation behind making this project. They might ask you about the technologies used while you're making this project. And they might ask you, what did you learn while making that project? How will it align with the skills which are required by the company? These are the questions which you can expect from any kind of project which you make. And if you're specifically mentioning about machine learning project or anything as such, they might ask you, and the interview might completely go in the area of your project also. So it depends on you whether you want to pull your interview that way or not. So you should have to be very clear and clever in this point. And now you can mention about your secondary skills like confident communication, your adaptive skills, your patience levels, and whatnot. And you can also mention regarding your certifications like this. You can mention about your certifications and all. That thing you can do. And if you're mentioning about your certifications, you should have to be clear of the outcome of a particular course which you have taken up, so that it will make a difference. Like you have learned something from that a particular workshop. Now, ultimately, what I suggest in an interview is, try to have a good conversation with your interviewer, and also make sure that you do not panic while you are getting interviewed, because if you get panicked, you might not answer what you actually know. So that is one important thing which you have to focus on. And now, resume is really important, as you might have understood. And in my interviews, personally, I was completely focused. My interviews went completely on my resumes itself. Like I was asked completely about my resume itself. Like there's nothing which was left out. Something from my resume, like I've mentioned adaptive skills. Then they have asked me, tell me a real life situation where you have used your adaptive skills. I've told I'm open to feedbacks. They might ask you about a real time example where you have used this particular thing. So you have to be making sure that you have the real time examples ready for that. It should not look like you're faking it. Okay. And regarding your work experience, you should again have to be clear about it. Like, what is your role as a college student magazine editor? You should be clear about your role. What did you contribute towards that project? So you will have to be very clear of whatever you have put on your resume, which is really important. And coming to some general tips regarding your resume, or while you're facing an interview, if it is your first interview, have a good conversation with your interviewer. Do not panic. Hold that gentle smile in the interview. And one important thing which I would tell you is, stay constant, or try to stay unaffected. When I mean unaffected, I mean, if you get an easy question, don't get too excited. And if you get a tough question, don't get depressed. Just try to have that balance in an interview, which shows that you are a balanced person. That makes a really huge impact. And try to ask questions whenever towards the end of interview, they might ask you, do you have any questions? Don't say no. Try to ask some questions. And if you're not able to answer to a particular question, or if you are unable to recall a particular question, then it is always okay to say no. Instead of answering it in a wrong way, it is better to say no, or it is better to politely say no. Like you might say something like, "Sir, I'm not able to recall it right now. I'm sorry." You can simply politely politely refuse answering that question instead of answering it in a wrong way. Is what I feel. And mentions and prepare a solid interview. Uh, no, I'm sorry. Prepare for a solid introduction, not the interview. Obviously, you have to prepare for the interview. Prepare a good solid introduction. You can watch the video of how to introduce yourself on the playlist of HR questions. You can refer that video maybe, and you can prepare a good solid introduction of yourself, because the first minute is where you will have to make the impression in the interviewer. That minute will either make the interview or break the interview sometimes. So a good solid introduction is really necessary. And if you've put some resume and you are not able to edit that resume, and you have some skill which you are not sure about, what you can do is, in the introduction you can mention the skills again, like I'm very passionate about Java, I like Java, or something like that, so that the interviewer, you're triggering the interviewer to ask the questions on Java itself. So this might help. Like if you are facing that trouble of not able to not able to update the resume, you can use this trick of mentioning your skills in the introduction itself, so that the interviewer might ask the questions from that skills itself. So these are the basic tips and tricks on resume preparation and interview tips. And if you specifically want a video on how to make a resume something like this, I can make it again. Please let me know that in the comments, and I hope this video has helped you all in some or the other way, and you have learned something from this. I hope you've liked it. Thank you so much, and I'll be meeting you all again soon. Thank you.